Welcome to this explainer. If you've been relying purely on traditional search tactics lately, you're probably feeling the ground shifting right beneath your feet. User search behavior is transforming at an absolute breakneck speed right now. So today, we are diving into a full masterclass on how to survive and actually thrive in this new landscape, and we're being guided by the ultimate playbook from the absolute leaders in this space, eMarketed.
Okay, let's dive into this because it's literally the question keeping marketers awake at night. Is traditional SEO dying? We have spent decades optimizing for a list of blue links, right? Trying to game algorithms just to push our URLs to the top of a page. But what happens when the page itself fundamentally changes? Are those old tactics completely obsolete? Well, actually, they aren't exactly dead, but they are evolving rapidly into something completely different. Just look at this massive 527% jump. That represents the increase in AI-referred web sessions in just the first 5 months of 2025. That scale is just mind-blowing. User behavior hasn't just shifted a little bit, it is fundamentally pivoted. People aren't scrolling through pages of search results anymore. They're asking AI systems a question and expecting an immediate synthesized answer. And that data creates some undeniable urgency for any brand that wants to stay relevant.
So, to help us navigate all of this, we're going to follow eMarketed's proprietary framework. We'll start with the AI search revolution, define SEO versus GEO, uncover how AI actually picks its sources, dive into eMarketed's proven GEO strategies, look at platform-specific optimization, and wrap up with a really actionable 4-week implementation playbook.
Starting with Section 1, the AI search revolution. Let's look at this invisible shift happening right now. The numbers from eMarketer's research are just staggering. 58% of users have already replaced traditional search engines with AI-driven tools for product and service discovery. And when you factor in that ChatGPT now boasts over 800 million weekly active users, 800 million, the reality becomes pretty stark. If you aren't optimizing your content for platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, or Claude, your brand isn't just dropping in rank, it is becoming entirely invisible to a massive, highly qualified audience. Moving to Section 2, SEO versus GEO explained. We really need to clarify these new rules of engagement. And this brilliantly illustrates the paradigm shift. Traditional SEO is a battle to rank in the top 10 search results. You're basically fighting for a spot on a list of links, just hoping someone clicks. But Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, is an entirely different game. The goal here is to appear inside the AI-generated answers themselves. You are no longer competing to be a destination. You're competing to be part of the actual answer the user receives instantly. So why does this shift from links to answers matter so much? It's all because of the zero-click danger. When an AI overview appears at the top of search results, traditional web pages experience a 34.5% lower average click-through rate. Literally, users are getting their answers synthesized for them without ever needing to visit your website. This is exactly why GEO matters today. If you aren't cited right there in the AI summary, you aren't getting seen at all. Okay, Section 3, how AI picks its sources. Let's peel back the curtain and demystify the AI black box. It all comes down to RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Think of it like an open book test for the AI. Instead of just guessing, it searches a library, pulls the exact right book, and writes an answer based on actual facts. It combines standard information retrieval with the generative power of large language models to produce answers that are grounded in real facts and backed by citations. RAG relies on concept and semantic matching, not just that old-school exact keyword matching we're so used to in traditional SEO. Under the hood, here are the 5 steps an AI takes. First, query processing translates the natural language question. Second, retrieval pulls semantically similar documents. Third, ranking and re-ranking scores those documents on relevance, authority, and structural quality. Fourth is answer generation, and fifth is citation inclusion. Now, pay very close attention to step 3, ranking and re-ranking. This specific phase is exactly where generative engine optimization makes its biggest impact. If your content isn't structurally optimized, you get filtered out right here. Which brings us to Section 4, eMarket's proven GEO strategies. This is where we learn from the undisputed industry trailblazers. Based on massive data studies from Princeton and Georgia Tech that analyzed over 1 million AI responses, eMarketed identified the core characteristics of content that actually gets cited. Strategy 1, use expert quotes as credibility markers. You see, AI models are essentially trained to recognize quoted material as established facts or trusted opinions. So a direct quote from a recognized expert acts like a giant neon sign telling the AI, hey, this is reliable, human-verified information. So the crucial point is this concept of fact density. AI systems heavily favor quantifiable, verifiable information. eMarket's framework dictates that you should aim for one statistic, percentage, or numerical data point every 150 to 200 words. It gives the AI specific, verifiable facts to latch onto and extract for its generated answers. If your content is just fluff and broad generalities, the AI will simply skip right over it in favor of something more concrete.
But it's not just about what you say, right? It's how you structure it. eMarket developed what they call the answer-first structure. You need to position direct answers to the primary query right in the first 40 to 60 words of your content. You also need semantic checking, meaning you format each section of your page so it makes complete sense entirely on its own. Convert your headers into questions, and aggressively use FAQ schema markup. That's basically hidden code that feeds direct answers to search engines. You're structuring the content so the AI can easily extract specific facts without needing any of the surrounding context. Now for Section 5, Platform-Specific AI Optimization. Because, as it turns out, not all AI acts the same. Every single AI engine has a very different appetite, and eMarketed breaks it down perfectly. ChatGPT loves encyclopedic, Wikipedia-style content with comprehensive, highly authoritative definitions. Perplexity, on the other hand, heavily favors recency and community-vetted information, frequently pulling from places like Reddit. It wants real-world takes, not polished corporate speak. Meanwhile, Google AI overviews lean heavily on strong traditional SEO performance and proper schema markup. You can't just write one piece of content and hope it works perfectly for all three. You have to carefully balance these preferences. Finally, Section 6, the 4-week implementation playbook. It's time to put all of this into action. Let's move to and see how this builds into an incredibly actionable, step-by-step roadmap designed by the team at eMarketed. Week 1 is all about auditing your baseline visibility by querying your brand across all the platforms. Week 2 focuses on quick wins, specifically adding that FAQ schema and updating author credentials. Week 3 gets deep into content optimization. That's rewriting your top-performing content to increase that critical fact density we talked about. And finally, Week 4 expands externally, pushing your optimized presence onto industry forums and communities where AI systems absolutely love to source their perspectives. Now, why rely on this specific framework? Because eMarketed isn't just reacting and adapting to search trends. They have literally been pioneering them since 1998. Based out of Los Angeles, they've successfully grown over 100 brands online and are widely recognized as the absolute leading answer engine optimization agency. They aren't just theorizing about the future, they're actively shaping how brands get discovered in 2026. They even offer an incredible suite of completely free tools, like their AI search optimizer, to help you baseline your current performance right now. Which brings us to the ultimate question you need to ask yourself today. Is your brand ready to be cited? The age of just ranking on a page is over. It's time to stop fighting for clicks that just aren't coming anymore and start fighting to be the answer. Head over to eMarketed and use their free audit tools to figure out exactly where you stand. Stop being invisible to AI and start getting recommended.